Okay, so thank you, Ashutosh, for joining in for today's session. I am really glad that we are getting an opportunity to. Actually, I'm getting an opportunity to talk to you. And first of all, I'd like to welcome to you on my channel. And before we get into this discussion, I would really like you to please tell me something about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, first, thank you so much for inviting me. When it comes to my introduction, my name is Ashutosh Dwivedi, speaking to you from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. About my education, I have done with my graduation, that is BCom Honors Accounting from Banaras Hindu University, and now I'm pursuing my master's degree. And along with that, I'm running a YouTube channel, which is Ashu Official 2021. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, perfect. It'll be quite interesting to know that how did you find me and where did you get my information, if I may ask you?
Yeah, about yourself, or just how I came to know about you.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. As you know, that nowadays it is quite popular to just people they would like to explore and watch the conversations of Clapingo. So even though I was just exploring the Clapingo conversations, so I have seen your videos. Nowadays you are taking a lot more sessions from the Clapingo. So I have seen your videos with a lot of tutors. Then after I thought of contacting you and I thought of making a video with you if you're interested. Yes, that's how I came to know about yourself.
Great. Okay, very good. So let's get into this discussion then. I would really love to know about your English journey so far. How was that?
Yeah, exactly. First, very nice question. When it comes to my journey, it has been, I'm going to complete like 2.5 years after 4 to 5 days. It has been completely like 30 months, 30 months. So, I was a kind of very studious guy and I used to study and I was not getting that much time to work on my skills. But in COVID-19, unfortunately or fortunately, I got a lot more time to work on my skill. And I thought of working on English communication skills and I started working from the April, like 29th of April 2020. So this was the journey. Like I wanted to go far, and of course I'm sure I'm just continue with it. I was always afraid in the beginning that maybe I will not be able to continue. That's then what is going to be happen. But I'm so happy that I'm able to continue this journey now. And this journey started in COVID-19, and still I'm working on it. And I want to see myself as a great speaker. And yeah, that's what I will say about the journey. If you will ask anything specific about it, of course, I would love to say.
So why don't you tell me more about this? Because I want my listeners, to to learn out of your say journey. Like how much
Mhm.
time did it take? Yeah, and what was your background? Were you from a CBSE background or Hindi medium background?
If I'll talk about my board, of course, after I was the student of Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, so my board was CBSE, but I can't say that was totally an English medium because all the teachers they used to teach us in Hindi, and we were in the environment of Hindi only. So I wouldn't say that was English medium properly. So even though I'm still confused till now that what was that? Like it was Hindi medium, English medium like that. So that is the thing. But when it comes to the practice, it depends on every single person, like how much you are able to put the efforts into it. But in COVID-19, as I told you, that was really a kind of laser. I was having a lot more laser time, and I started working on it, and I was quite passionate. I used to do practice for 5 hours, 6 hours, and 7 hours, not for reading. I'm not adding the time of reading, writing, and listening. I'm just telling you the exact time of speaking only. There was a month like in November 2020. In a single month, I have done conversation 221 hours in 30 days. My target was to just do 5 hours per day, and at the end of the month, I have done 7 hours per day. That was a very fantastic month for me, my whole journey. So I must recommend people that rather than just giving time to the grammar a lot, if you will do practice, and if your lips, your jaws, and the kind of if your tongue is going to be fit, into that language, of course you are going to be really expert of that language. That's what matters. It is all about like doing gym. Like if you are doing gym, you are able to transform your muscles. In the same way, if you will do practice every day, like for several hours, you will be able to become habitual with all of your like uh, skills like that in that language, I must say.
Okay, that's really commendable. When you say that you probably took just 2 years, probably you're completing 2 years, right? So, in yeah,
Mhm.
and the kind of perfection I can see, that's really commendable and awesome, I would say. I have seen people they struggle a lot. Even if I talk about myself, it took me a lot of days, years probably, in order to be on that level where I am today. So I'm still pursuing it hard, I would say. I am still working on my communication. I still work on my vocabulary. Yeah, the kind of I still am focusing on the grammar part as well, and the expressions and idioms and phrases and all of that. And trust me, it takes a lot of time and efforts as well. And it's not something that you probably it'll be yours in fortnight. So that's really fascinating, I would say. And people have to have that guts, in order to achieve to that level in just, mere 2 years of their practice. So that's again a wonderful job. If you can tell me something which probably you found a shortcut or maybe something which people can work on in order to get this, as little quicker than the estimated time.
Yeah, first thing I must say, to be honest, there is no shortcut to become expert of a language. It takes a lot more time. So, but the thing is that I must say that the people, they are following a path which is very long, that they will just read the rules and regulations of the grammar for years and years. After that they will come with the reading, after that they will come after like with the listening. Then so it is taking too long for them. I must say to them, rather than just doing this impractical method, just do that practical things. Try to listen the stuff from the podcast, do watch videos, try to just see the expressions of the people, how are they speaking. And the third and one of the most important thing in this journey is to just speak with others. If you are able to find out a partner, try to do practice with him on daily basis. If you are not able to find out a partner, try to do practice with yourself in the front of mirror, in the front of camera. This kind of things matters a lot. You are going to get more confidence and you are going to become habitual of speaking that language. But people, they are just reading, listening people, but they are not coming with the practice so early. I was the one, like when I started my journey of English speaking, the first day I started speaking, that was the day 29th of April 2020, and the first day I started talking to the people. And I learned by talking to the people, by listening to the people, and by watching a lot more videos. But I have seen people, once I have done conversation with one man, he told me that he has been like dreaming to speak English from 2013, okay, and he's still into
Mhm.
grammar and he is not able to speak English now, even though when I have done conversation with him, he was not able to present himself. So this kind of things are happening with the people. They are not able to find out the right person who can tell them the right way to go forward with this language. So I must say to the people, rather than investing a lot more, I will not say that is a waste of time to just read grammar. Of course it is fine, but rather than just only reading grammar, do and just come and do practice with others as well. That is the most important factor of this journey.
Absolutely. Even I do believe is that at a certain point in time, the people who are a basic learner, right? What they do is that take out new books, right, and start reading. They take out the newspaper and start reading. Right? So what happens is
Mhm.
they end up not able to comprehend those vocabulary or sentences at times, right?
Mhm.
Because then if you start reading newspapers, you'll find that there are a lot of words and sentences which are kind of framed in such a way that it's hard for beginners to
Mhm.
understand, right? So that's probably something which probably the beginners make mistake, right? In order to go for all those books, what you can do is that you probably can, listen to the podcasts, right? Watch movies on Netflix or probably whatever movies that you like. That must be in English, right? Go for web series and then try to understand what they're trying to say and follow the subtitles, right? So it'll give you an impression that how English is spoken, right? Even if you know in the basic level, the beginner level. So you'll get an idea where to start from. That's a basic thing because I come across a lot of people. Their question is to where to start from, right? And that's the biggest question because that's pretty obvious is that you won't be able to be perfect or master this language in just 15 days, 20 days, or probably even a year at times, right? It takes time and it'll certainly take time. And but it's just that from where you start, what sort of activities that you're involved in, what kind of conversations that you're involved into, right? So that makes a difference. So yeah, you really pointed out very good, and then I echo with what you said. So my second question to you would be, what is the motivation behind this? Why do you want to learn this language?
So I found that communication is one of the most important things which can give you the power to come out from that crowd and present yourself and lead others. Okay. When it comes to the motivation, as there was a short videos. I have seen a video of like Warren Buffett. So that was a very short video, but it gave me a lot more motivation to work on my communication. So there was an anchor. He asked to like Buffett that what you will recommend a person if he would like to change himself, doesn't matter what the age group he is in. So but after that, like he said a very wonderful thing that if a person will work on his communication skills, he is gonna be 50% better than himself. That was really impressive. I can't forget, even though now it has been 2.5 years, I still remember those words. Then from that day onwards, I started working on my just practicality, and I started working on my communication. So I was always in the touch with the people who were always giving me motivation to work on myself. I'm not talking about the people who are living like in my surrounding. I was in village at that point of time, but I was listening to Gaur Gopal Das, I was listening to Sadhguru, I was listening to great international leaders. So I got a lot more motivation from them to work on my communication, which can give me some different identity to just come out from the crowd. That was the thing I was following, and that gave me the motivation to work on myself.
Correct. So listening skill is really important. Before you go for speaking, try to listen as much as possible in order to understand, English from the beginner's perspective. Perfect. So, as we talked about the English, as we talked about how to start and where to start from, do you think that writing is also an important role to play in the communication?
Yeah, of course. It of course in communication, that is the different part. There are four parts of the language. I do believe in that. If you would like to be a good speaker, follow listening as much as you can. Okay, and if you would like to be a good writer, follow the reading as much as you can. Okay, so writing is a different part. But once you will start thinking into that language, now I'm able to speak that language. Means my this mind is full of thoughts in English. Okay, so if I want to write something, of course, I will be able to write something in English. Why not? So writing, as I told you, that there are four things, but the two, listening matters a lot for the speaking, and the reading matters a lot for writing. So for sure, it is going to help you in writing because you are just working on that language. It doesn't matter that by writing or listening or just reading. So if you would like to see yourself as a good writer as well, if you will come up with the good thoughts, you will be able to write those thoughts in the paper. Of course, that's what I do believe in. If you will work on any single part of the language, it will help you like in writing as well.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so the another question that pops up in my mind is that what do you think the kind of platforms that are available? Cambly is there, Clapingo is there, right? The Hello Talk, and a lot of other platforms are available. And it charges a lot of money as well. It's kind of bit expensive at times for most of the people to start with. So, what do you think? I mean, how important these platforms are in today's life? Uh, Especially if you want to learn English, you must join those platforms that can probably give you an edge or will help you make your English better and sharper.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes to those platforms are doing well. But if you will talk about the people who are not having that much money, it is very difficult for them to even think about it. 5 to 6 thousand rupees. They are not having that much salary. There are several people I have seen who are earning like 2,000, 3,000 by teaching to their students, and they are trying to run their home in that way. So how they can afford 5 to 6 thousand for the Cambly or just Clapingo? So it is very difficult, but the people who are able to afford it, for them, of course, it's everything. I can say that because they can manage, they're providing the facilities 24/7. You can do whenever you want. Like if you are a professional, you can book your session on Cambly. If you're available right now, just one click, and you are going to have a session with a native, English speaker. So that is wonderful, but you will have to pay more. But I will suggest to the people, if they are not having that much money, there are several platforms like free WhatsApp groups. Ace Fluency is there, Be Angrej is there, Clubhouse is there, where you can get the free facilities. But you will not get that much sincere people, because if you are going to get something for free, for sure you will not be able to get
Absolutely.
things very arranged and just very sincere people. But you will have to compromise with that. Something is better than nothing. You can't just
Exactly.
cry after several years that I had no money and I had no platform, so I was not able to learn it. Struggle, deal with those people. Of course, at least if you will talk with the 5 people, you will be able to find out one good person from there, right? So if you are able to find out one as well, it is something is better than nothing always. You can just share your contact, and if you are just able to do conversation with each other on personal basis, it is going to be a kind of boon for you to learn this language. So I will recommend people, it depends on your pocket as well. If you're having money, you can go for anything like IELTS classes, like Clapingo, Cambly, whatever you want. You can even join those classes for fun if you're having money. But if money is the issue, try to find out platforms where you can get the things for free, but at least you will get something. It will take a lot more time to find out good surrounding and good people, but I'm sure that this is going to give you a change, because the people who aren't, because if you are trying to find out a good person, you will give more time. Okay, so that will also give you the confidence to deal with the weird people, strange people with a different mind. So that's what I have done. I had no platform where I was taking any session before. I just learned by the free platforms. I had mindset to just I had mindset to learn everything for free in this language, to be honest.
Okay. Awesome. Very well said. Okay. So I remember when I had a discussion with you, right? It reminds me
Mhm.
of asking this question to you, is that you
Mhm.
probably are involved in training people as well, right? You're basically training people when that comes to English communication. Am I right?
Yeah, I used to do a lot more conversations. I used to do calls like 10 calls, 15 calls, 20 calls. I told you that day that I started my journey from Buddy Talk. That was a platform where they were providing free of cost services. In COVID-19, it was too crazy. People were free. Professionals were free to talk. You were getting time to talk with professionals. So first I was into Buddy Talk. I used to do conversation for 5 to 6 hours. Then after I started using Halo, HALLO. So after that, I started using Halo, and after that, I came I became aware about the WhatsApp groups where I found a lot more people, and I used to do healthy conversations like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and 1 hour long as well. So it was really fantastic to talk with the professionals who were free at that time due to COVID-19.
But my question to you is that you've been training people as well, right? You've been talking to the
Oh,
beginners
sorry.
or intermediate level, yeah? So,
Mhm.
so how do you deal with them, and how much do you charge, by the way? If I may ask this question upfront, because I
Yeah.
understand,
Yeah.
there are a lot of platforms which people
Mhm.
find really, really unaffordable. They're
Mhm.
not able to afford them. Prices are so high, right, at times. So I even come across a lot of trainers who take one-on-one classes, right, and then help the learners out of. So how do you deal with them, and how do you train people? And what is your, how much
Yes.
do you charge for that? Yeah, if you can tell us.
Yeah, when it if I'm talking about my training part, of course I do train people, and I do train professionals who are just preparing for the interviews, who are preparing for their promotion, and who are working on their communication skills to get a job. So for that I do prefer one-on-one, but I do give group trainings as well. So charge, of course, like that. I can't tell you right now over here. But of course, if they want to contact me, like they can. My number is available on YouTube. So that's what the thing.
Okay.
It depends on a person. I just first I would like to talk to them, and I would like to see that how much help they need. Right. It is all about the efforts as well. If I'll talk about you, you are already good in it. There is no need to just put a lot more efforts. Only you need a partner to do practice with it. And same you are doing on Clapingo as well, right? You would like to talk with different people to learn something from them. But when it comes to some people, they are really struggling. They are not able to say a single sentence. So there I will have to give really 120% of mine to
Absolutely.
make them understand and to teach them well or train them well. So it is the thing, but I must say that I am just that affordable. I'm just not that much costly. It's not that much expensive like those platforms. And of course, like people, they can afford what I do think, because I'm giving personal time for one-on-one. And the second thing is that I will be the person who will be available for them and judging their mistakes on daily basis. Not like that what is happening on those platforms, they are getting this trainer today and after 1 month like they will get the same tutor. So what's that? Maybe they, you will not be able to just continue with that rhyme or rhythm. So the same when it comes to me, I'll be teaching you 5 days a week. I'll be able to find out your mistakes, and I will be giving you the training on daily basis. So it means I will be able to observe you better. You know.
Okay. So very well, very well said again. And I would really like to
Mhm.
wish you your luck in whatever ways and whatever you're doing. I wish you good luck for that. And people who really wanted to contact Ashutosh for in-person or probably one-on-one kind of conversation, you can probably reach out to him, and I'm going to send his information there in the link as well. So perfect, Ashutosh. I think we are already running out of time, right? So it was really wonderful talking to you, and I wish I could talk to you, in the future. So it was really an awesome conversation, and hope to see you again.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm so happy. And of course, I must say thanks to everyone whoever is watching the video. Thank you so much, Ravi sir. Bye. Take care.
Bye bye.